If you want 2026 to feel different, your lifestyle has to feel different first. So before we step into the new year, I want us to actually become the version of ourselves that we keep daydreaming about. Not by manifesting, not by talking, but by building the lifestyle she actually lives. This episode is your lifestyle reset, small habits, real changes, and the energy shift you've been waiting for. I am Jyoth, and this is episode 4 of our New Year Reset series, Mindset, Body, Beauty, and now the Lifestyle. Every week, we've been building habits before 2026, so we don't enter the new year trying to fix everything the last minute.
So let's get straight into this.
The first 30 minutes. There are 2 pockets of time every single day when your mind is easiest to shape. The first 30 minutes after waking up and the last 30 minutes before sleeping. This is the time when your brain is naturally in its slower, softer, and almost like a hypnotic state, the theta alpha wave state. This is the same state people enter during meditation and manifestation. Basically, your mind becomes like wet clay. Whatever you think during these windows sets the tone for what you attract. So instead of worrying, rushing, or overthinking, these 30 minutes are the perfect time to choose your thoughts intentionally. Think about how you want your day to feel, who you're becoming, what energy you want to carry. This is also the time when the most important part of the routines comes to play, like reading affirmations to yourself, feeling gratitude, setting your intentions for the day, and inviting the kind of energy you want to cultivate throughout that day. These 30 minutes are not about routines, they are about identity shaping. This is where the future you is built. Number 2 is to practice good hygiene for your body and your surroundings. One of the simplest ways to boost your confidence instantly is good hygiene. When you know your hair is greasy or your clothes have been on the chair for days or your room looks messy, it takes up space in your mind. You spend more time thinking than actually enjoying your day. When you're clean, your space smells good, your clothes feel fresh, your brain gets a subtle signal that I am put together, I am in control. When you yourself feel clean, your brain acts like it knows what it's doing and what it deserves. You make better choices, you have better mood, and when your room is messy, even the idea of doing one productive thing feels so heavy. And good hygiene makes you feel confident because you're not worrying about hair being greasy or your clothes feeling like it's not very fresh and the constant complex of being imperfect. Good hygiene isn't about looking perfect, it's about removing the unnecessary mental noise. Number 3 is to stop speaking negativity into existence. Our words are not just sounds, they are instructions we give to our subconscious mind. When you keep saying, I'm so unlucky, my life is always a mess,
मेरे ना हमेशा इतना ही होता है, मेरे ना कभी कुछ चंगा नहीं होता.
You're not just speaking, you are programming. Your brain starts looking for proof to make those statements true. It literally filters your entire day based on what you told it to expect. Start saying things like, good things are coming to me, or I'm improving every single day, I'm becoming the better version of me. Instead of ki
मेरी लाइफ ही बेकार है,
say that I'm gaining so much experience, instead of saying that
सब कुछ मेरे नाल ही क्यों हुंदा है, सारा कुछ पूरा मेरे नाल ही क्यों हुंदा है.
You could say that how blessed you are, that you are constantly growing and you're constantly learning. You might say कि कहना easy है, करना बहुत औखा है, but just know that everything you say right now is what you're calling in your life. It's not delusion, it's direction. And the crazy part is that the life actually starts feeling lighter. You feel less stuck, less doomed. You feel like you're capable. And that's such a powerful shift to walk into New Year with. And before we continue, let's take a breath for a second. If this video is reminding you of the version of yourself you want to become, make sure you subscribe and share this with someone who deserves a fresh start too. Maybe this is a sign they've been needing all along. And alright, let's go on. Number 4 is waking up at the same time every single day. This one habit can fix half of your life. Wake up at the same exact time every single day. Not early, not aesthetic, just consistent, because consistency is about doing the same thing over and over again, the same way and at this exact same time. Your body has something called a circadian rhythm. We all know that, right? Your internal clock. When you wake up at different times, your body gets confused. Should I release energy? Should I release sleep hormones? What are we doing? But when you wake up at the same time, even if you sleep at different times each night, your mind automatically starts adjusting, and within a few days you'll start feeling sleepy earlier. Within a couple of weeks your sleep schedule fixes itself without much effort, and it's going to be really uncomfortable and hard to start with, but we are going to live through it. Your mind is going to make you sleep early because it knows it has to wake up at 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. or whatever time it feels right for you. This is how you reset your entire system before 2026. Not by forcing yourself to sleep early, but by waking up consistently at the same time. It's science and it works every single time. I've tried it. Number 5 is to add one grounding habit to your life. In the middle of all the noise, all the overthinking, all the rushing, you need one grounding habit that brings you back to yourself. It can be journaling, it can be reading, it can be writing one sentence about your goals. This one grounding habit helps you slow down your thoughts, understand your emotions, and make better decisions, track your growth, and literally prepare you for the new year with clarity. And the best part, when you journal or read regularly, you naturally start thinking like your ideal self. You stop reacting, you start choosing. You become more intentional. Adding even one of these habits to your day can change the way your mind works. And honestly, it's one of the simplest ways to feel more in control of your mind. This tiny habit will support every other glow up in your life. Number 6 is to build a non-negotiables list. Create a list of 3 to 5 things that your ideal version does every single day. These are your non-negotiables. Now, I'm not going to give you any examples of this. I want you to actually sit down with a pen and paper and imagine how the day of your ideal self look like. Write down what are some of the things that they do. You can start right now. You can change this list as many times as you want before the new year. Experiment, adjust, replace, build a new non-negotiable list. It's basically choosing the minimum standard you want to live by. The things you do every day, no matter how busy or tired you are or how distracted you are, these aren't big dramatic habits. These are like simple realistic commitments. Drinking enough water, moving your body, cleaning your room, reading a paper, meditating for 5 minutes, or anything like that. When you decide what your non-negotiables are, you stop relying on motivation and start relying on structure. And structure is what actually carries you into a better lifestyle. It also removes so much of guilt and overthinking. You're not trying to be perfect every day. You're just hitting your basics. And hitting your basics consistently builds all that confidence. Over time, these tiny non-negotiables become the foundation of your identity. 7th is silent discipline. Stop announcing your goals. This is a simple but a powerful rule. Stop announcing your plans. Start executing silently. Here's why. When you tell people, I'm starting this, I'll do that, I'll fix my routine, your brain gets a small hit of satisfaction. It feels like you've already done the hard work, even when you haven't even started. And because your mind thinks you've accomplished it, your motivation just drops. This is a psychological phenomena. Your goals do not need a public announcement, they need action. Real discipline doesn't beg for attention, it just shows up. And this is also a very good and important personality trait that I think we should all have. That is to use our energy in doing the action instead of just speaking about doing the action. Now, I'm not saying not to affirm by speaking it into existence, but I'm saying that instead of being like, main aa kar lena hai, main wo kar lena hai, getting all riled up because no one believes you, you save that energy for your action. Work in silence, let your results do the talking. Number 8, to practice talking. Learn to articulate your feelings. This one is so underrated, but so important. I used to struggle with it a lot, not because I didn't know what to say, but because I was too busy thinking about how I look, how I sound, how are people perceiving me, am I speaking too fast, am I speaking too slow, and all of that nonsense. We spend so much energy overthinking the performance that we actually forget to communicate. So take a few minutes each day, practice speaking out loud in your room, in front of the mirror, while walking, and the best of all is recording yourself. Talk about your day, talk about your thoughts, your feelings. Just practice forming sentences comfortably, because the next time you're sharing your opinion, your mind won't freeze. You won't worry about how you look. You'll speak clearly, confidently, because you've done the work behind the scenes. And honestly saying, January me wouldn't even think that I would be speaking like this and sharing my opinion on a platform like YouTube, and so many people will be listening to me and relating to me. But I built this up. We can just never stop learning, and this one thing I feel is so important in becoming her. Because knowing how to say your mind and your heart just makes us feel so confident and established. Starting now means you'll walk into 2026 sounding like someone who knows exactly who they are. And that officially brings us to the end of the New Year Reset series. If you've made it this far, I'm truly proud of you, not because everything is suddenly changing or everything is suddenly perfect, but because you showed up again and again for yourself. This entire series was never about becoming a different person. It was about returning to the version of you that has always been there underneath all that noise and all that self-doubt, all that chaos of everyday life. So before you click away, I want you to leave a comment for me. I'm entering 2026 intentionally. Put it down, claim it, make it yours. And if you want, you can also share a few or tiny part of your journey too. Tell me what changed for you during this series. I would love to read about your transformation. Your story might also become someone else's reason to start it. And let's jump into the last homework section of this series and the last few things I want you guys to do before you enter the new year. And decide today what is going to be your ideal time for you to wake up for an optimal life. Number 2 is to pick up a grounding habit that you want to do. Practice it for the next 30 days. Number 3 is to clean out your phone, your old photos, your notes, your files. Clear out every single thing that is a baggage. And here are your journal prompts for the last week of this series. What habits drain my energy and what habits support my energy? Write about the things you want to do in 2026 or be like in 2026. What are my favorite moments from this whole year? And if this series held your hand even a little bit, share it with someone you love. Let them walk into the new year with a little more clarity, a little more softness, and a little more belief in themselves. And make sure you're subscribed to the channel because it motivates me so much more to make all of this beautiful content. And thank you so much for being here, for trusting me and for trusting yourself. This may be the end of the series, but it definitely is the beginning of the new year. And I will see you in the next video. Until then, keep choosing yourself every single day and keep smiling. Bye.